Hey you watch lovers, what's going on? My name is Van and welcome back to the channel. Now I know I haven't made a video for a long time and I apologize. I've just been really busy with other aspects in my life. But today we're not talking about my life. Today we're taking a look at another Seiko watch. This watch is absolutely beautiful. It has a nice field watch aesthetic. It's got a coffee brown dial, and that is the Seiko SNN241. I got this watch about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so today I'm giving you guys a complete review of this watch and my honest thoughts and opinions on it. And honestly, it might be one of my new favorite watches. But before we get into this video, only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so here is the Seiko SNN241. Now before we get too in-depth on this watch, let's talk about some of the dimensions on it. We have a case diameter of 42.5 millimeters. We have a case thickness of around 11 millimeters. And we have a lug width of 20 millimeters. And the movement on this watch is not automatic. It is a mechanical quartz movement is what they call it. And this one is the Seiko caliber 7T94. So onto the dial of this watch, it has a very sexy dark coffee brown color to it. On the inner side of the dial, it's kind of like a reflective type of texture. And on the outside of the indices, it is a matte coffee black. I just really love the whole dial on this watch. It really just reminds me of some kind of aviator or pilot style watch, but it's not too complicated. It's very simple, but it still has that field watch and aviator pilot aesthetic to it. Going to start the chronograph now. Now when you start the chronograph, the second hand will actually start ticking, and it looks like it's an automatic movement, right? But it's not. It's actually powered by a battery. And that's what a mechanical quartz movement is. It looks like it's mechanical. It's meant to look mechanical, but it's actually powered by a quartz battery. You press the top again to stop it, and you press the bottom button to reset it. Now this watch does come on a leather strap. I'm pretty sure this is premium leather. I mean, it's Seiko. It looks real. It smells real. It feels real. I've already had it for about 2 or 3 weeks. I accidentally got a little bit of water on the leather, and you can already see it's starting to crack a little bit, so that way we know the leather is actually real. However, I don't think this band is actually the best quality because as you can see right here, it looks a little messy because last week the leather actually came off and I had to super glue it with a clamp and let it sit there for 24 hours, but it works fine now. But it's just not the best quality leather I've ever seen. On the buckle, we have the nice little Seiko logo, as well as on the back of the band. Onto the case back of this watch, nothing fancy, just the Seiko logo mentions its waterproof resistance and the serial number, etc. So here is the watch on my 6.5-inch wrist. It looks way bigger on camera than it actually does in person. Because of the short lug-to-lug width in person, it actually looks like it fits very well. It's just on camera it looks a little big. But the lugs curve ever so slightly that it's meant to fit almost any wrist, and it just kind of hugs your wrist and stays on pretty well. On the top of the lugs, we have a brushed metal, and it looks really good in my opinion. If they put a polished metal all over this watch, I wouldn't like it. But because it's brushed, it just looks a whole lot better. It looks more military and more rough and rugged. I think they did a pretty nice job on the metal on this watch. And on the bezel, there is a little bit of polished metal, and that's just enough for me on this watch. As you can see, it's just a little bit on that outer rim of the bezel. But the rest of the watch everywhere is completely brushed. Onto the side, it is polished, not brushed. Polished all the way around the sides, but from the top, everything is brushed except for that little edge on the bezel. So here is the Lume Shot for this watch. There's no lume on the numbers, but there is lume on the outer indices and on the minute hand, hour hand, and the second hand. It's very brilliant. It's very green. Very military, very field watch type of aesthetic. I just think it looks really good on this watch. So there you go, guys. That was my review on the Seiko SNN241. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a big thumbs up. As far as price on this watch, I believe I got it for about $110 on Amazon. You can also find them used on eBay for around $80 to $90 to $100. And honestly, I think it's a really good deal for this watch. You're getting a mechanical quartz movement, a very, very, very good looking dial, a premium leather strap, a short lug-to-lug distance so it can fit almost any wrist, and 100 meters of waterproof resistance. And if you're thinking about getting into watch collecting, I think the Seiko SNN241 is a really good start for you. Of course, I will leave the link in the description below so you guys can go and purchase this watch on Amazon. Well guys, that's going to be it for this time, so if you did enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel and give this video a really big thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. That's all for this time, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.